Hello everyone, Mr. Drybones here, and I've got another countdown video for you, I guess you could call it that. These are the 4 games that I'm most excited for the first half of 2023. Why only 4 games? Well, I looked through the games list of stuff that's coming out, and unfortunately, well, I guess depending on how you're looking at it, unfortunately, there's really only 4 games that I'm very excited about, but I am very excited for these 4 games. There are a few honorable mentions, such as Fire Emblem Engage and the Dead Space remake. Unfortunately, I'm not really happy with some of the changes they're making with the new Dead Space game, such as making the cutscenes scripted instead of in real time, and the gimmick of Fire Emblem Engage doesn't really interest me too much. I'll probably get both games eventually, but I'll wait for a sale. I mean, I got all 3 Dead Space on hard copy, and I've got, all the Fire Emblems that they've released in the US since, Sacred Stone, but that's a whole nother can of worms. So, without further ado, and in order of remakes up to new titles, here are the 4 games that I am most excited for in 2023. Well, the first half of 2023. Let's get into it. Okay, first up, as you can already see on the screen, is Tales of Symphonia Remastered. This was one of my favorite RPGs on the GameCube. It's a great game. I'm glad that it's getting a remake on the Switch. It's all going to be on one cartridge. The GameCube version, you had 2 discs and you had to swap discs, and that was kind of a pain. But it's a fantastic game. Really good story, great characters, great gameplay. It's a great action RPG. If you've never played the Tales games, this is the one I'd recommend the most, and this was one of the most popular ones that they ever released. It might be the most popular one. I'm just too lazy to go look up the numbers. But fantastic game, fantastic story. There was one part of the story that I didn't really like where there's a plot twist that I saw coming a mile away, and I honestly couldn't believe playing the game that the main characters would fall for such a basic ruse, but hey, if you play it, maybe you'll catch it too. If not, hey, it'll be a surprise for you, right? But yeah, Tales of Symphonia, one of the best games in the Tales series, and it was one of the best games on GameCube for RPGs. A system that didn't have too many RPGs. It was better than N64, but now I'm rambling. If you're looking for a good action RPG, this comes out on February 24th. I highly recommend it. I believe it's only going to be $40, which is a steal. You're going to get at least 20 hours out of the game itself, out of the base story, and with some of the side quests, I'm sure you'll get even more out of it. So, yeah, Tales of Symphonia Remastered coming out next month. I am very much looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Let's move on to the next game. Alright, my second game is the latest game from Yacht Club Games. The creators of Shovel Knight, that's what they're best known for. The character who's appeared in numerous titles, including Super Smash Bros., and had his own great game. He's had a couple of games. I think he's had 3 games at this point. Beside the point. Mina the Howler is a throwback to the Legend of Zelda Game Boy Color games. That's why I'm so excited for it. I mean, look at those graphics. It looks like it's taken straight from the Game Boy Color. If it's got the same level of quality that the Shovel Knight games have, I think it's going to be something that we should all really look forward to. It looks a little bit like a combination of the classic Castlevania games too, but with a top-down perspective. It looks like a great game. Now, unfortunately, I probably should have done a little bit more research on this game because it's not coming out until the end of 2023. But hoping there's no delays, we'll actually see it this year, and it's something I'm really looking forward to. So, if you're into the indie scene, I think this is definitely one you should be keeping your eye on. What do you think? Either way, now we move on to some new AAA titles, though I guess you could call them AAA. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, the third game I'm really excited about is supposed to come out this year as well. Ys X Nordics, which is the next game in the long-running Ys series, which has been around since the late 80s. I really liked Ys 8 and Ys 9 on the Switch. They were both fantastic games. If you have a Switch, I would definitely recommend checking them out. I believe Ys 8 is also on PS5 now. I enjoyed that game so much, I actually bought the vinyl album for it. I should have gotten it for this video, but here we are. So, it's a great game. It's an action RPG series. Now, Ys X is going to be inspired by Dark Souls, so it's going to be going in a different direction than the previous 2 games, which had more of a Kingdom Hearts feel to them. We don't really know a whole lot about this game, but it's supposed to come out this year. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's as good as Ys 8 and Ys 9. Ys 9 not quite as good as Ys 8, but hey, you know what? They're both fantastic games. As I said, I'd recommend them. Definitely worth checking out. And as a bonus, they're actually doing a remake. Oop. Oh, shoot. I tried to scroll my finger on my touchscreen. Here we go. There we go. Ys Memoirs is also getting a re-release. I believe that's Ys 3? I should have done more research. Either way. Well, we got more Ys games coming out this year. That's coming out in the spring, only a few months away. Hopefully it'll get released in the US as well, so I can add it to my collection. I currently have Ys 3 on the Super Nintendo, so I wouldn't mind getting a remake. But, hey, what do you think? Are you a fan of the Ys series? Are you not a fan of the Ys series? Should I stop picking action RPGs? Maybe. Alright, the next game is not a hard one to guess. It's probably one of the most anticipated games of 2023. Let me go ahead and tell you. And of course, it's the most obvious choice. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom coming out in May. I'm really hyped for it. Breath of the Wild was a fantastic launch game for the Switch and the Wii U. I have it for both of those systems. Mostly so if I ever want to start a new file, I can do it on the Wii U while still trying to 100% the completed file on my Switch, but that's my special brand of insanity. So I'm hoping it's as good as the first Breath of the Wild. I got about 60 hours out of it just on the main campaign without actually going into all the side quests and everything like that, although I did do a fair amount of it. I never bothered to look at what percentage I got. Yeah. For the purpose of this video, I guess that doesn't matter. But yeah, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's, I've seen theories that it's going to tie together Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild. They're all going to be a trilogy of games centering around the Triforce. This one is going to be focused on Link, whereas the Breath of the Wild was focused on Zelda, and the one before that was focused on the origins of Ganon. So, interesting theory. I'm very interested to see where the story goes with this. What happened to Zelda? What's going on with Ganon buried underneath his Hyrule Castle? I don't know. I'm curious. I'm hoping it's going to be a great game. Nintendo hasn't really let us down. They delayed this game to make it even better, so I have really no reason to believe it's not going to be a fantastic game. So yeah, there you have it. Those are my 4 most anticipated games so far for 2023. Do you agree with my list? Do you have any of these games get you hyped? No? If not, hey, tell me what games have got you hyped for this year. I know we got Spider-Man coming out. Hopefully my prediction is wrong that it's not going to get delayed, but hey, you never know. In any case, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time, and have a good night, everybody. See you next game.